Welcome to my podcast, Sac&Taff. And I wanted to, this is only going to be a short podcast, even though, my podcasts aren't that long at the moment. It's only because I've just started. And I hope you can hear me because I'm sort of like got company around. It's not company, but there are people around. So I hope you can hear me properly. Yeah. So basically, this will be a shorter podcast, and as I develop and you know do more of the podcast, they'll probably get a little bit longer. Not too long because I don't want them to be too long. But maybe a little bit better, especially if I've got a guest on as well. Eventually, it would be nice to have guests. It's getting quite loud now, so in a way, it's a good thing that it's not going to be. It's a good thing it's not too loud. I'm going to talk loud as well, but there you go. I don't want to talk too loud, otherwise it's like I'm shouting. You know what I mean? So basically, what I wanted to share with you was when I'm selling my book, it's like marketing because I'm talking to all different people and they're sort of giving me constructive criticism of what they can see there and then. And, I'm only talking to people for a short amount, not for too long. And so they may sort of like give me constructive criticism on the cover of the book or the back of the book. So basically what I've done is each time someone says something that is gives me constructive criticism, I note it down so that when I do go for another publication, I sort of change things that they have, to make improvements. Because you can tell that people want me to do well, so they're basically giving me some constructive criticism as to what to do to change either the cover or the wording on the back, and so on and so forth. So what I used to find was with the back of this book, Taffy Howard, even though really the podcast is about this book, A Sacrifice of a Lifetime, and I need to show you an updated version of this book, A Sacrifice of a Lifetime. What I used to find was that people would say to me, oh, I'm a professional editor, and I don't think this word needs to be changed. You need to put an apostrophe here, and you need to put a full stop here, and take that word out, and so on and so forth. So I'd say, okay, and I'd note it down. So when I did go for a publication, I'd change it. And I used to think, brilliant, now no one's going to say anything. And then I remember I had my new publication, I had my new book, and someone looked at it and said, no, that needs to be changed here, this needs to be changed there, and that needs to be changed there, and I'm like, okay. So again, when I went for another publication, I'd take on all their advice and I'd change the wording and the punctuation around, thinking, fantastic, I've got a new version, no one's going to say anything. Then I'd go out and promote my book with a new version, all right? And then someone would say to me, no, that needs to go there, that wording needs to change. And I thought, you know what? It's never going to be perfect. No matter what I do, there's always going to be someone telling me that shouldn't be there, this needs to go here, yeah. And to be honest, the first edition of the book, I got it edited, but it wasn't, the standard wasn't good. And I will share with you why I put the book out like that another time. But I have, over the years, updated it, and I've made my latest update was last year. I think it was around about June time, and I really did go over it, especially over lockdown. I was going over it and over it and over it again, over it and over it. Then I got someone to edit it for me, and then I went over it again, and I brought out the new updated. This is the new updated version from 2023. I think I put the date in there as well. I think it's something like June 23. So it wasn't last year, it was the year before. Okay. Yeah, because in my mind it's always an updated version. It's updated, even though it was June 23. Yeah, and I was really pleased with this edition. So much hard work's gone into it, and excuse me, I have to pull my bow up. So much hard work's gone into it, and recently someone actually commented on the book. She said to me that she's a teacher, she works overseas. She's a teacher, she's going to go read the book. Right, she was very encouraging, read the book, and then she's going to send me an email and tell me what she thought about the book. And she did. Within about a week or two, she sent me an email. It was a nice long email telling me that she said something like, it was all positive at first, and then it was like, she doesn't understand how you can be in a quiet room and hear a whisper. That doesn't make sense, you know, or it may not make sense to you, but you can be not in a quiet room. You can be in a room, right? She doesn't understand when you can walk into a room, right, and it's full of people and they're talking, and you can hear a whisper. And maybe you might not understand that, but some people can understand that you can actually hear. Sometimes it's like time can stand still. It's sort of, I can't explain it. Whereby something takes your attention, and it's something, or you can hear a specific sentence or something, even though it's loud. You got, you know, there's a lot going around. You can hear like a whisper or someone saying something out, even though it's loud. It's possible. You know, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. And there were things that she was saying, no, that doesn't make sense, or no, this. But it did. That's why it's important that when you write a book, that's the whole point of being interviewed, so you can explain. And I think also someone shared with me that when you read a book and you've got answers, no, you've got questions about the book, it goes to show that you've written the story well. Right? And I'm not saying that there's no room for improvement, because I know that there is. Right, but what she made me realise was that she had picked up on so many different issues regarding the book. I didn't know there were so many issues about the book. There's a lot of topics. She picked up a lot of things that can be turned into, you can give it a title and turn it into a topic, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I said to her, I thanked her for it, and I said I didn't realise there was so much to talk about the book, and you've mentioned so much. Yeah, so basically, it's always good to get constructive criticism. And I've had situations where people have given me criticism, but it's been destructive. It didn't need to be that way, because if I'm going to read a book and I didn't enjoy it, I'm not going to say, like, go online, say, I read this book. I'm going to name the title, name the person who wrote it, and say, oh, you know, it was rubbish, and this. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't talk about the book because I didn't enjoy it, or if someone says to me, oh, did you read the book? I said, yeah, but it's not really my type of thing. My book isn't, everybody's not going to like my book, because it's not going to be everybody's genre. That's just the way it is, you know. But you can tell the difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism, you know. And it was only recently where I had to go. I went online, right, because somebody asked me to put a review of their book online, and I said I would do it, but as long as, and I'm not doing tit for tat, I'm just basically asking and saying that I would do it, but as long as you give me a review of my book, because I've asked a few people to give reviews on my book, and they haven't done it. They say yeah, but some of them will say yeah, but they haven't done it. And the reviews that I've got online, right, some of the reviews weren't all that encouraging. And as soon as someone wrote a really good review, some of the discouraging reviews stopped. And I used to think, you know, where are all those people that stop me in the street and tell me that they enjoyed the book, and is there going to be any more? Am I going to write any more? Where are all the people that stop the car, you know, or if they're in traffic, they call me and say, oh, I bought your book and I really enjoyed it. Are there any more? Where are all these people? You know. But what some of the people didn't understand was they were doing me a favour anyway, because when they put the criticism online, it was dated. So if I said to you, I wrote this book 15 years ago, you might say, no, I don't believe that. But then if you go online, you'll see some reviews from 2010. So what I decided to do was, I decided to go online to see if that person who I asked to give a review on my book, which would then allow me to give, which will then make me realise I've now got to give a review on her book. So I went online to see if she's left a review, and she hadn't. But what I noticed was I had more reviews, and they were really good reviews. I'm like, really? Because I was like thinking, oh, I'm going to have to go and look over all these sort of like reviews. and excuse me, and there were some really good reviews there. You know, I was really encouraged by it, definitely. So she hadn't written her review, and I thought fair enough. But at least it led me to go and have a look to see if, um, you know, there were any more reviews. Well, it made me see that there were more reviews there, and they were really, I was really impressed with it. And these are the thing about it is also these are people that I don't really know, and they've taken their time, right, to go online and put a review down there for me, and I find that really encouraging, you know. So yeah, so that's just to encourage you out there, just in case, you know, you've received reviews that aren't that great. You know, I've seen a film before, right? I'm gonna have to cut this short soon. I've only got like a minute left. I've seen a film before whereby I thought the film was really good. I enjoyed it, and the reviews were not good, but I enjoyed the film. So you've just got to basically sort of, you know, somehow, you know, read in between the lines or something. But it is good. I think it is good that people should make an effort to make a review, because it's better than. It goes to show they're either taking your work seriously, or I don't know, they've just made an effort to make a review. I guess a review is better than no reviews at all, because at least you know that people are reading it and they're taking their time to put a review down. But the constructive reviews are better, and you can see the difference. And I'm sure people that are reading the reviews can as well. I'm going to say farewell because I don't have much time left, but I will speak to you soon. And again, if you want to follow me online, it's Sac&Taff for the a podcast, and Instagram Rosalind 1325, and on YouTube, welcome Rosalind Roberts. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.